Ladies and gentlemen, welcome, and thank you for joining me again for this week's discussion on real estate. This is Z Real Estate, and I am Jonathan Zuckerman. I'd like to talk to you a little bit about what's going on with real estate, how we're doing, and where we're going. You know, a lot of my clients ask me constantly, John, how's the market doing? Are we getting better? I mean, I see the values marginally improving, but is it going to stay that way? Are we going to continue to improve on this path? Well, I don't know. How's that for an answer? I have no crystal ball, although I do have some information which might make it a little bit easier for you to make that determination on your own. The good news is that foreclosures are down considerably. So as of August 2013, CoreLogic reported about 2.7% of all mortgages nationwide to be in some form of the foreclosure process. As of August 2014, last month, that same number was about 1.9%. So yes, we have dropped the total number of foreclosure inventory. But what does that mean to you? Are you listening to this, watching this, thinking, okay, we're at 1.9% down from 2.7, but what is 2.7? What is 1.9? What do those numbers mean? Well, 2.7% of all mortgages nationwide is about 940,000 mortgages. 1.9% is about 636,000 mortgages. Currently, that number is 1.9, so that means 636,000 mortgages nationwide are currently in some form of the foreclosure process. Huge improvement from a couple of years ago when that number was up to 7 to 9%. So we have made dramatic improvements in the number of foreclosures and the current inventory. That's the good news. As you can imagine, every coin has a flip side. But the bad news is really not quite that bad. And that is this, that the foreclosure starts are actually up. What does that mean? It means that while the total foreclosure inventory is down, new foreclosure starts, as in new proceedings, are actually up from this time last month. So the banks are increasing the number of foreclosures that they're currently starting. So which states are currently leading in foreclosures right now? And by the way, that's not actually a good thing to be leading the country in foreclosures. Number one is Florida with 121,000 foreclosures. Number two, Michigan, 43,000 foreclosures. Number three, Texas, 36,000 foreclosures. Number four, California, 32,000 foreclosures. And number five, Georgia, 28,000 foreclosures. So the foreclosure activity is, I realize that those numbers actually sound huge numbers, but they're actually not that big, especially considering where we were at just a few short years ago. So that's where we are foreclosure-wise, which is really, really good news. Foreclosure starts are up, as I mentioned. However, from August 2014 to August 2013, there's about 32.4% less foreclosures. So the number is actually dropping dramatically. Year over year, foreclosure inventory is dwindling substantially. So that's where we are as far as foreclosures go. Next segment, market is improving. High Desert is improving dramatically. I'm sure that's no surprise to any owners out there that currently own property in the Victorville, Phelan, Adelanto, Apple Valley area. Very, very good place to own real estate right now. Now, this next segment is a new segment. So if it doesn't catch on, you won't see it in the next video. This is the first one. This is called Guilty or Not Guilty. We're talking a little bit about what's going on in real estate news-wise, and we leave it up to you to make your own determination on whether you think the party is guilty or not guilty. The Real Housewives of New Jersey. I'm sure everybody watches this show. Huge success. Okay, I'll be honest, I've never seen the show. I've seen The Real Housewives once or twice. Don't ask me which one. I have no idea. But I do know a little bit about The Real Housewives of New Jersey, only because they made the news for mortgage and real estate fraud. So these people, Teresa and Joe Guidici, honestly I have no idea how to pronounce their last name, but somehow I'm assuming they won't mind from their new residence in federal prison. I don't think they'll mind me butchering their name. Anyway, so what they did is over the course of the last 8 years, they doctored mortgage applications and construction loan applications to get about $5 million in mortgage and construction loans over the course of the last 8 years. Needless to say, this is real estate fraud and mortgage fraud on a huge level. And just yesterday they were sentenced to federal prison. So they will be looking for a new place to live. Actually, it's already been provided for them. Anyway, for anybody that has any questions on what we discussed or specific properties outside the scope, by all means, feel free to email me. We do have new commercial properties coming up. I mentioned the one we have in Barstow. We have another one coming up next month in Needles. That'll be very exciting, right by the river. As well as a new REO coming up in San Dimas and Upland. So please stay tuned. We will keep you posted. And again, if you need to reach me, I can always be reached anytime on my cell phone, 909-559-5275, zrealestate.net, or my website, jonathanzuckerman.com. Thanks again for joining me, and until next week, have a great week. This is Z Real Estate. Talk to you soon. Bye.